video?
Scott stole our property and is over there on his property. He saw it. He got a video of it.
Okay.
We got pictures. I can't get it back because I don't want to get in trouble for trespassing, but he was told not to touch our stuff.
Okay, where was it sitting?
It was sitting, come here, I'll show you. And this isn't his first offense. He tried to steal our scooter back in 2023. He tried to steal our scooter.
Okay.
I caught him at it and he ran off. And we submitted, and so the Sheriff's Department submitted everything to the prosecuting attorney's office on that. He just does what he wants and he makes up stupid BS excuses about why he's doing it and then he gets out of trouble for it and I don't know why. We had that blue barrel sitting right here.
Okay.
And then we had the sign that he stole and probably destroyed because I don't see it. And it was sitting, well, he doesn't have his property line marked anymore, but it was sitting like right around in here.
Okay, so it was sitting on the private drive.
Yes.
Okay, so I can't do anything about that because that's civil. Okay, that right there is abandoned property. With the trash can, where's your property line at here?
Right there, the sheriff's office told me I could set that there and that there to show him not to go past there.
Okay, so this was all deemed by the judge already, correct?
The county commissioner and the sheriff's department, everybody said that we can do all this.
Okay.
976 Central to the 42.
Okay, so he took that trash can
Yep.
from there.
And he took our sign.
87642.
Do you have video of it?
Yes.
Can I see that?
I don't have video, but I have a photo of it. I was out on the lake directly across here,
Okay.
and as him carrying off the sign, it was sitting over there. And right after that, he had moved the trash can.
Do you have him moving the trash can?
No, I did not. Like I said, I was
Because I can't
out
see
across
this.
the lake. But he has video cameras here as well.
Right.
It'll show
So
him
you
moving
can
it.
look it up on his cameras too.
Okay.
But,
All right.
So that's stealing property. And then
Technically,
the sign,
that's abandoned property because it's on the
not
private
my
drive.
trash can.
The sign is what I'm
The
telling
sign
you.
is, yeah.
But not the trash can.
Okay.
And he already stole, and I didn't report it because I didn't have any proof.
Okay.
But you know the trash cans the city or the trash people give you, like they have the big bar on it and they're real tall and they got the lid and they give it to you to put your trash in and then the truck comes and picks it up. He stole one of ours that we had over there on our land, over there in the driveway. He stole it and I couldn't report it because I didn't have any proof. So this isn't the first time. This is like the third time he's stolen our stuff.
And he's already violated the ex parte, and he just continues to keep harassing.
Okay. How's he violating the ex parte?
Well, I don't have it right
Yes.
now, but he did. When the very day I got the ex parte by Judge Carver, and Judge Carver made sure we had our paperwork before we left the courthouse. And before I even got home, I was at the prosecuting attorney's office talking to him, and Scott was over there in my yard, videotaping my daughter
Okay.
in her backyard. I called the sheriff's department, they did nothing.
Okay.
And then he was stalking me. I called the sheriff's department, they did nothing. Actually, the stalking thing, we went to court, and Scott made up an excuse saying he was following me around to collect evidence.
Okay.
But it was still violating an ex parte.
Okay. Do you guys have IDs?
I don't have
Do you have an
ID.
ID?
Why do you need my ID?
For the report.
For a report, yeah. I do have it.
I have mine in the house.
Okay. You want to grab it from me? I'll go ahead and get you in this.
Do you have yours, Samantha? You can
Yeah,
come
he just
in.
continues to harass
I'm okay.
the family. There's really no need for it.
I know, it's been like 2 years I've been bothering him.
But you did see him take the trash can?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Trash can and the sign that was sitting there.
Okay. Like I said, I can't do anything with the sign because it's on the private drive.
He's just doing it to be a dick. Like, what's the point of moving the trash can, you know? Just because he can, he keeps getting away with it. 'Cause ain't nobody doing nothing about it.
Okay, what's a good phone number to get a hold of you, sir?
417-360-1645. Is it 370?
It's 370.
It's 370.
How do you like to be addressed?
Deputy Campbell.
Okay, Deputy Campbell, I have a question.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
if there's property that is on property that is unowned
Right.
and someone takes it, then
Okay.
they can't get in trouble for it, right? That's what you just said?
You're absolutely right.
Okay,
It's
so
the
what
abandoned
about his
property at
van?
that point.
Because it's not on his property.
That's not his property?
Nope. This back end of it is not.
Okay. So vehicles are a rule to the exception because they are registered to the person. Okay. However, it could be towed. I don't know where the property line is here.
See where that stake is right there?
Uh-huh.
It goes back like this, and then he had a line there, but he refuses to keep it clearly marked. And it went all the way across here, and it goes to that silver post back there. So it goes like this. I have the survey if you want to see it. So this part is not on this part of his van. From that silver post over this way to the triangle
Right.
is not on his land, so it needs to be towed. Helen, he
But
parked
however-
over here before,
however,
and
let me
Helen
talk.
had it towed.
It is not blocking the private drive. Most of it is on his property. I can have him move it up on his property more. I'm not going to tow it because it's not
Okay, well,
blocking.
I would like for him, if he's going to park it over here, which he doesn't need to, but if he's going to, he needs to keep it on
But-
his property.
Why can't he park on his own property?
If he's going to be an ass, I can be one too.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go talk to him. Okay. You got your ID?
Yeah, him and his wife probably took off. They got in the car and took off as soon as they did that.
Fine.
I don't
I'll
know
type
if
it up
they're
and
back
send it
home
over.
yet or not.
Are you still in contact with the prosecutor?
Yep, I got a meeting coming up with
Perfect.
him, and I also have a meeting with the county again on Tuesday. He's already been told also before to keep his van on his property when he's parking over here.
Don't touch the van.
Oh, I didn't. I went like that. I didn't touch it, did I?
You're really close. Don't touch it. Don't even go
But
near
he's
it.
already been told.
I mean, I'm not going to arrest her if she does.
I know. We don't need any more shit. He's
It's
fucking
just-
crazy. He's
they
crazy.
had me. Scott had me arrested because he had that sawhorse out in the private drive. My husband had landscaping crew that was supposed to be coming, so we moved it. I set it down and put it on his property, but I tried not to put my feet on his property because I didn't want to get trespassing. But I moved it because I didn't want it to get damaged. Well, he called the sheriffs, and guess what the sheriffs did? They come and freaking arrested me and made me sit. I have lupus. My kidneys and bladder don't work. I explained this to the sheriff and told him I needed to use the bathroom. They did not let me, and I had to sit in my urine for 2 hours at the jailhouse. They put me in handcuffs and treated me like I was a hardcore criminal for trespassing just because my feet apparently accidentally touched over his line that was not clearly marked. And I've never been in trouble before in my life.
Do you remember what deputy that was?
It's on the record. It just happened. What day was that, Chris? And then they put my mugshot all over the freaking internet.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm just upset.
You're fine.
Like, I have
I'm
a
not here to be-
reputation to uphold, and he's destroying it.
Miss Bolts, let me explain something to you. I'm not here to be an ass. I'm here to get the
Yes,
whole
I
side
know,
of the story,
you're being
okay?
nice.
I'm here to get every fact that I can get, and I'm not going to steer you the wrong way. I'm not going to take his side versus your side. I'm going to go with the evidence, okay?
Okay.
That's what I'm here to do. I'm not here to...
I was just letting you know I don't understand why he gets to do everything he wants and they do nothing, and I do one thing on accident and
So-
I get arrested. Who gets arrested for trespassing on accident? On a property that wasn't even clearly marked.
I understand where you're coming from, but this has been going on for a couple years now.
It's been the people that sold this house sold it to get away from him.
Okay.
Because he terrorized
But with
them.
you, it's been going on for at least a couple
2
years.
years, yes.
So where we're at with this is we're taking reports every time we come out here. Okay. We take your side, we take his side, we type it all up, we send it to the prosecuting attorney's office, and he's supposed to be doing something with it. Whether he is or ain't, I couldn't tell you. I'm not his boss.
Right.
But I can only do what I'm told to do.
Okay.
Because a lot of it is civil, and we don't enforce civil.
Chris, can you find where I sent you the picture of the mugshot? Because it tells me what day.
That was Wednesday. Last Wednesday.
It was Wednesday when
Last
they
Wednesday?
arrested me. Yeah. And treated me completely incorrectly.
I can look that up.
They were hateful and mean to me and treated me like I was a hardcore criminal and everything. Like, it's ridiculous. And what do you do if the prosecuting attorney doesn't do anything? Because this has been going on for 2 years and nothing's been done yet.
I'd get in contact with the state general or attorney general's office and talk to them.
It's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because stuff like this is what keeps building up, and then people snap,
and
you know?
nothing's getting.
Absolutely.
And also, officer, the other night, 4 o'clock in the morning, someone was in my freaking yard, and I've got it fenced off, and I have locks on it and everything.
I don't need your information.
And I was terrified. I had to go out with my gun because I didn't know what's going on, and I don't want to have to shoot anybody.
Right.
I'm scared to leave my own house now because of this psycho.
I can understand that. Have you filed for another ex parte or anything like that?
They won't give me another one because they said that like the first one I got because he was stalking me.
Mm-hmm.
Then they don't issue it unless he's doing something physically, like stalking or physically making me feel threatened, which he is,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't say he's making me feel threatened because it's more of a mental thing that he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So they won't give me another one. She filed for one and they denied her. My husband got one, but it's expired now. Mine's expired. And then I tried to get one for my daughter because he was videotaping her. They didn't give me one for my daughter. They said mine was supposed to cover her.
Okay.
But my daughter was...
But what's the point of an ex parte if it doesn't do any good? He
Yeah,
still
nobody's
does his
honoring
thing,
it.
you know?
It does do good. However, people do refer to it as just a piece of paper.
Right.
But here's where it comes into good. You call me and say, hey, he called me or he's standing over here saying this, and you got a video of that, he goes to jail.
He didn't go to jail when I had the video that he was over there on my property videotaping my daughter.
Okay. I don't know who.
That's what I'm saying. You might be a good sheriff. But a lot of the sheriffs that are out here, I'm not saying they're bad, but a lot of the 2 years of stuff. He's only been arrested 3 times out of all the times I've called him.
Mm-hmm.
And then on those 3 times, the ball got dropped at the prosecuting attorney's office somewhere because they dropped the case before it even made it to court.
I don't. Like I said, I don't control the prosecutor's office.
I'm just trying to explain to you that the ex parte doesn't work if the prosecuting attorney's office and the sheriff's department don't enforce it.
But enough of those call-ins that he does do that. Eventually, he is going to get arrested.
Honey, I have a stack this tall of how many times I've called him and they did nothing.
Violation of order.
Yeah,
of
Right.
protection.
yeah.
The more it's on a record.
Right.
It was a minimum of 3 times that I had to call because he violated the ex parte.
Mm-hmm.
My friend even called because she was over here and he was videotaping her daughter.
Okay.
So, and then the Falons, they lived here and they said that he terrorized them for 5 years and the sheriffs didn't do anything.
Okay.
So that's what I'm like, what do I do? Because nothing's getting done. He's doing whatever he wants and getting away with it.
Or like
I
the
do one
cameras.
thing on accident and I get in trouble.
So the cameras, I can't do anything about that.
What
It
is
is
like the
I mean, they can
general
look up on there to
purpose
see
of
what
So-
he did.
Just to
for
be a-
somebody
just to be a dick.
else's
I mean,
property? Like,
I mean, God, if it's facing your property,
Where-
it makes sense. But he's just clearly
It's facing ours, none of his.
no-
it's like we're
It
gonna
is.
take a
Fucking
piece of
purpose
grass
And that's why he got rid of our sign. We had it sitting out here on the private drive blocking his cameras.
it's like here Central, but it is on his property.
That's the thing, yeah.
That's where
Am I allowed to park my van here if it's not on his property and it's
It's
not
on a-
impeding traffic?
it's on a private drive. I mean, I can't tell you no. I can't tell you yes. But however,
Is it illegal?
I can't tell you no. I can't tell you yes. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's just like parking on the side of any other road. It is private property.
This isn't private property.
The private drive is, yes.
Well, that's what I keep telling them, and they said, no, it's not. It's unowned.
Whose property is it?
So it is not owned by anybody, which is
That's what's causing all
So then
this.
it can't be
Yes.
private property. It's just here.
right.
So,
So
you're just like any public access land.
my
pretty much,
suggestion
you know?
to that would be to talk to the prosecutor at your next meeting and just kind of explain what's going on. Tell him that this drive is not owned by anybody, and ask what you can do to resolve
Well, it
that.
might be on Tuesday because I've got a meeting with the county,
Okay.
and they're trying to figure out what to do about it.
Right.
But
At least they're working in the right direction, trying to figure that part out. So
yeah, but I thought legally, if you park alongside
if you're on the
a
site,
road and you're not impeding traffic and you're not on anybody's property, it's not illegal.
right. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I can't.
You can't say.
All right, we can go back and forth on this all day long.
Right.
I was like,
So-
park my van there and block his cameras. That's what I want.
I know this is probably going to sound like a generic answer, but if you were to call an attorney and talk to them, ask them that same question, they can give you more of a legal standing. I can't give legal advice.
Yeah, I know. I understand that. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't get in trouble or get my van towed if I
Well,
did
that's
that.
what he's saying. He can't tell you either way.
Right. However, with that being said, if you're on the private drive, you're not impeding traffic, I'm not going to tow it. I may ask you to move it, but I'm not going to tow it. That's
Could
just
depend
me.
on the officer too. Someone has
How
to come
long
out
are
here.
you on?
I'm on for another couple hours at least. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go try to make contact with him real quick and see what I can do with this, and go from there.
What are
Okay.
they going to do about me stealing my barrel?
So, like I said, I'm gonna type it up. I'm gonna send it over with charges because obviously it is on his property.
He's not getting arrested though?
I don't know yet.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, is there any way you can get it for me?
Let me go talk to him first, and then I'll come back and talk to you.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you so much.
You're welcome. See if there are questions. You can show me out at 14875, 14875, Private Drive, 26. Hello. How are you doing, Mr. White? Good. Hey, can I talk to you for a second? Okay. So what's going on with the barrel, man?
So on Wednesday, she got arrested for trespassing on my property.
Right.
That was Thursday. Wednesday she trespassed. Thursday she got arrested.
Okay.
Friday they started like putting stuff on my property line, trying to block it.
Uh-huh.
Yesterday, Larry was actually doing that, except he was on my property. I don't think they realized that the sawhorse was in a certain spot,
Uh-huh.
and I moved it back a foot. So
642
he
to
was
be
actually,
907 East Grand.
well, I guess that's Corporal Taylor's thing. I called yesterday and talked to Corporal Taylor.
Okay.
Gave me the evidence. Now, so the barrel and the sign were left on the property. So,
Okay. So
I'm going to dispose of it.
So the
barrel was on
was it
the
across the private drive? Is what I'm asking.
It was on my side of the private drive.
On your side of the private drive? Okay.
Whenever he put it there, he took it and he I noticed that Larry wasn't out there. So whenever he put it there, he took it and he slammed it against the side of that table that I got there. Knocked my cameras over.
Do you have video of that?
Taylor's got it.
Taylor has the video of that.
Okay.
We took the flash drive last night.
So you took it into Corporal Taylor last night?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was on night shift. I don't know if you know his schedule, but
Yeah, I know. I know.
somebody was gonna mess with it even this weekend. I don't think. I don't
Okay.
know. But I mean,
So I'll just be straight up with you. What they're trying to do is report it as you stealing their trash can.
right,
Maybe they shouldn't put it on his property.
right.
Well, I get that, and like I said, I'm not here to be a butthead
Yeah.
to anybody. I'm just here to try to resolve this issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can get this all today.
Yeah.
Right. And I understand that. I mean, this has been going on for
2.5
Too long.
years.
So we
Yeah.
are
So-
the victim to her trespassing.
okay.
Instead of just going, hey, maybe we should just stay away from the property. They're literally getting up there, putting signs in front of my camera. She got caught because that camera they're trying to block is what caught her.
Okay.
And so they're up there putting signs in front of the cameras and doing stuff like that. Instead of just going, well, let's just stay away from the barrel. Maybe get a survey.
That
I don't
was
know.
reason
That
to
would
be
a good
over
idea.
there. Why even go over there?
But then he trespassed again yesterday. So, I
Okay.
mean,
So can I ask you a question?
yeah.
Since you're going to just dispose of the barrel, can I give the barrel back to them and tell them to keep it on their side of the property?
They
Okay.
keep moving.
So-
They keep moving them. So if they're going to set it on his property,
When did he move the barrel? Was it yesterday?
It was yesterday about,
well, they've moved them off and on for 2 years because of the no trespassing.
Sure. Because I mean, there's a spot where the barrel was sitting,
Yeah.
and
across.
that's where.
Typically, they'll sneak them up, call you guys,
Okay.
sneak them back. That's what they've done for 2 years,
Okay.
so that they could say that Scott's trespassing.
Well, that's exactly why I'm asking if he's got video footage. I don't need a copy of it right now, but if he's got video footage of it, I can look at it and be like, yeah, and then go on.
Of today? Oh, I've got mine.
I'm going to go get my computer.
You good, man? Listen, I'm here to work with you guys. I'm not.
I can meet
Like I
you
said.
at the door.
Sounds good, man.
You're not using your phone? I'm not closing it.
Okay. I mean, this is the cartilage of the house, so I'm just going to come out.
Look, man, I'm not here to harass you guys or anything like that. I'm just trying to figure
We're
out.
getting enough of it.
Sure.
So the problem with that sign is, did you see the sign?
I did not.
Okay. The problem with that sign is there's a little bitty base and it's a big sign and it keeps falling over. So
And it
yes,
says stupid stuff to Scott on it.
yeah, here's
It
the,
says stupid stuff to him.
here's the sign. I don't know.
Like it's like you have a bleak life, it says, and it says
Oh, you
something.
can't see that.
Doesn't
So
even
just-
matter. It's just stupid crap.
I don't know if this is very useful.
Abandoned property, so I'm not going to mess with that.
How about Facebook? I mean,
What are you
YouTube.
trying to?
I'm trying to find the video of him throwing that sign.
Oh, yesterday that you called.
I mean, if you can show me, man, I'll be on your guys' hair.
Yeah.
So here's the whole thing.
Will it go big?
So he pulled the sign. The sign was up on my property, and he pulled it off, and it has a piece of drywall on it too. And whenever he did
But he
that,
listened to what he's saying.
I'm gonna switch to another video.
That's fine.
That's whoops. Someday they'll make this easy. So here's the whole thing from a different angle. That sawhorse is way on the property.
Okay.
So he picks up that, knocks my camera off the sawhorse, then throws that on, picks the camera up, puts it on the sawhorse, and he is on my property right there. That little sign, that pisses me off.
Oh, you got some more.
Perfect.
So here comes the barrel.
And this was yesterday?
Yeah, this is. So let's see how he hit my table, knocked all my stuff over. So I think that's about it. Now we are avoiding up there. We have to go up there today.
We're doing garage work, so we've been hauling crap and putting it in the shipping containers. So we've got to go up there. We'll be going back up there.
I mean, it's your property.
And we'll wait until tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Do you
Tomorrow
guys have
evening, maybe.
an appointment with the prosecutor at any time?
No, we've tried talking to the prosecutor.
We met with him once.
We were working with an attorney, and unfortunately, he was closed on Friday. He's got the good life.
Okay.
They're closed every Friday. So I got to call him in the morning
Okay.
and see what's going
Scott's
on.
kind of thinking about getting we've talked about getting restraining orders
I would suggest that, yes.
because they won't stop.
Listen,
I hate
that right
that.
there could be a violation if it was.
Especially
Just
since we're the victim, and they're like,
They're agitating.
Well,
Why are they even over there? They don't even go over there.
so
They're mad.
here's what I'm doing today.
Malice.
I'm going to type this up. It's all on body cam. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to type it up, send my body cam footage, everything. I'm going to type up charges on these guys for harassment, and I'm going to send it to the prosecutor's office. Okay. That's what I'm doing today. The barrel, abandoned property, signs, abandoned property. I can't do anything about that.
okay,
Fair enough?
sounds good.
So,
Sounds good.
like I said, I'm not charging you with anything. You haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah.
Well, if
So-
I give it back to them, I guarantee you they will.
It's going to keep on going. It's been going
So,
all
If
weekend.
I give it back to them and they put it back,
Call us. Call us.
even if it's
Call
in the
us.
road,
Yep. You got.
okay. If you want to give it back to them, that's
Okay.
fine.
I mean, that's up to you. I
The
mean,
sign is under the drywall.
They don't need their stupid
I ain't worried about the sign.
back.
listen. I'll
It's so
give.
childish.
If you guys want to give the trash can back, that's up to you. It is abandoned property at this point because he did move it across the road. So,
It wasn't all the way on the property, but it was
sure.
Yeah, but then we look at what? The what?
the gutter.
Oh, sorry. He just knows the guttering problem.
Oh, no, you're
Sorry.
Kind of bent too.
You're good.
If we give it back to him, what's going to happen? He's just going to start the crap again. Then we look petty because we're calling again. And we try not to call you guys.
Listen. Honestly, it's abandoned property. I'm not too worried about it. No, I'll be honest. You know, what they was telling me, they've lied to me already, which camera proves it. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go have a
They
chat
said
with
it was
them.
on their side.
Of course.
So
So I don't know what Corporal Taylor's going to do.
I'm going to. I'll give him another hour or so. He worked last night, so
Yeah.
I'll call him here in about an hour or so and talk to him, and I'll have him do his thing too, and I'll do my thing along with this
Okay.
because
Okay.
this stuff's got to come to an end. I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy, and it's not necessarily you guys. I just want to put that out there because I've been out here on both sides. Okay,
Right.
We're just trying to live our life. That
Right.
piece of little property you'd think was worth $1 million. Somebody should have bought it then up there.
They could buy it. Tell them
They could
20 grand. They can have it.
They could buy it.
I mean,
Yeah. And then we could be done with it.
I understand it. Like I said, that's all I needed. You proved your case to me, so I'm gonna get out of here and leave you all alone. Thank you guys.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Appreciate
you.
it. Have a good
You're
day.
welcome.
Hopefully
You
you
too.
won't have to come back out.
If I do, I do. It's part of my job.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Have a good day, guys.
You too.
available to her in the maintained area.
We'll be back out at 20:05. All right, Bethany. So here's the deal. Trash can was not on your side of the road. Okay. It was
What?
your trash can was moved by somebody totally different.
No, we
Scott-
have a picture.
Listen, I have video.
Who
I have
moved
video.
it?
Your husband.
My husband moved it to where?
Yes. In front of the cameras on the private drive.
I'm gonna go get him.
Our whole house full of dogs.
How do you give me?
I'm gonna break the door.
Hi, Larry. Hey, so yesterday when you moved that trash can over to the other side of the private drive, did you move it back by any chance?
Move it back
Oh,
where?
the
Back to
other
this
day.
side.
No, not that I know
Are you
of.
talking
No,
about
I had
yesterday?
it. She might have it once, but I
I
put it
moved
back
it
over
back.
there. I don't know which happened exactly, but all I know is I was just trying to block his cameras.
I put
Okay.
it back though
And-
because I told you I didn't want it there.
I know, but I put it back. I think.
When?
I don't know,
Okay.
but
So here's the deal. With it being over there on that side, I can't determine whether it was over here, over there.
what difference does it make?
Where's the
Because
pictures
it's
that
abandoned
shows where
property
it
at that
was?
Okay.
He's got all his shit on abandoned
Larry,
property. Then.
let me explain
I'm just,
something to you.
I'm just saying he does.
I
Right
could
now,
arrest
then.
you for harassment first degree right now.
For what?
I'm not doing that.
For putting us hiding his cameras that have already
No.
been explained to it. It's
Okay, listen.
It's all right.
I'm typing this up.
Okay,
I'm
do
gonna send it over
whatever.
to the prosecutor's office. You guys talk to the prosecutor about it, okay?
Okay.
How
Have
are
a
they
good
gonna
day.
get in trouble for harassment in the first
Can I
degree?
look on my phone because I took
Yeah.
a picture
Most
today,
definitely.
and I think I put the barrels
Most definitely. If
back.
you can prove that it was over here today,
Okay, let me get my phone.
Yeah,
go from there.
I'm pretty sure I had it over there, and that's because I'm blocking his cameras.
okay.
It's his cameras on whatever you want to call it, abandoned his property.
But when
I
you're
don't know.
walking across the private drive, flipping him off, cussing him out on his camera, that's harassment.
He called me a loser yesterday. What do you want to go back to that?
You
It's
have
just
that on
goofy.
video.
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Okay, listen,
He'll
like I
admit
said,
it.
I'm going to type this up and I'm going to send it to the
All right,
prosecutor's
well then
office.
put that on there because he's.
Yeah.
The other day was when we were sitting there going back and forth with hiding his camera. I said I can do this all day.
Sure.
All right. He goes, well, I can too. I said, well, no, you got to go back to work, and he went back to work. So I hid the cameras again.
Okay.
And we
The
can,
thing is, he's the one harassing us. I'm trying to stop it.
We can
I
sit
don't want
there-
stuff piled up all down the driveway, and that's what's happening. I'm trying to prove the point to you guys that that's what's going to happen. I can get a bus over here and park it right there. I can. I got one. So I can put it right there in front of him.
And I can't stop you.
Right. So then somebody needs to stop him from doing the dumb shit that he keeps doing. I had all these rocks. You see the rocks on my driveway? He kept picking them over. They're all piled up because I can't stand the guy.
the rocks with all the fence there. The reason
See
all the
my
fence
rock
there is
wall?
because
Every time I showed the sheriff that he's destroying my property,
Yeah,
he go,
he
well,
almost hit my car, so we had
I
to
mean,
put that
whatever.
one thing
He
up
ran
there.
over and almost ran
Because
into
instead
her.
of turning there, he comes
$30,000
straight
car.
over here and tries to hit me.
Okay.
You know, it's
But,
where's the harassment?
Hang on a minute.
there is no. We're allowed to say whatever we
Sir,
want to say to him. It's
If
freedom of
you
fucking
look on his
speech.
cameras, you'll see the barrels were
Actually, it's
there
not.
today. I did put the barrels
You
back.
can't
I
say
don't
so.
have proof, but if
Well, he
you look
does,
on his
you know,
cameras,
call
you'll
me
see
names.
it.
No.
He called my
You'll
wife
see
every
it.
name
It
in the
should be
book.
on
It's
his
in the
cameras. They
records.
were sitting there today. He's the one that moved them.
Okay.
My husband did move them the other day, but I moved them back and got mad because I told him I didn't
Yeah,
want
no,
the
but I
barrels
moved
over
it again.
there.
I don't know when, but whichever way,
Okay.
I don't know.
So
but,
like I said, I'm gonna type this all up with what you're telling me
Yeah.
about him calling you guys names and stuff
Right.
too.
It's on record that he
It will
called
all
her
go
every
to
name
the
in the
prosecutor.
book.
The prosecutor's gonna make the decision. What
And
to
I
do.
told them
Okay.
that. And they already know that. And they said, no, there's no reason, there's no rule of harassment.
His stuff that he has out there that are not on his property, is that abandoned
Like
property?
what?
He's got that table and sawhorse,
on
half
his
of it
property.
is on
He's
the
telling me that
private
I don't know
drive.
where the property line is.
You can
Do you
see
want
really
his
me- I
little
can go
white
get the
flag.
survey.
Do you have the survey?
Yes.
That'd be
And
awesome.
the orange peg. His white pole supposedly, and they're run at an angle. I know the table can't be because the other sheriff said, well, his trailer is right on the line. So if that thing there's right on the line.
Connex box?
Huh?
The
Yeah, the container's right on the line, then how can anything be past it? Now, I know it does go, before originally I thought it was like this, because that's the original survey. Well, now they're saying it's a triangle.
Is there?
And
Let me ask you
so
this.
he has property. We have property sitting there that he knows is not his. So he can just rightfully just take it and put it on his property.
Because they go over there and put
So,
stuff on
that
the
blue
street all
barrel
the
is not
time,
his.
So from now on, I'm going to grab it if this doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
That's just
So
my
how
next-
can he just
I'm
take
sorry,
one
I
barrel?
didn't get what you said.
He goes over there and puts shit in this thing over there all the time. It's laying in the street for hours, 2 hours, 3
how
hours,
many
blocking
times we
blocking his
called the
driveway. So if it's abandoned, I'm going to take it. If this doesn't
And
go
he
anywhere.
only got arrested
I mean,
3
it's
times and then they
ridiculous.
dropped the
Do you have the
charges.
property lines?
Yes.
Can I see that?
Hang on, I'm getting.
Is it the most current?
Yeah,
property
this
line?
is the one right here. And there's the pole, and there's the one out, there's an orange one somewhere in here. Or you can see
Yes.
it. And then it's supposedly, I think it's the white post over there.
Okay.
And his container
And
is
you
like
can
right
see
on the
that-
line, and it might come back over this way some, but you can stand
So
there.
it-
Look, I
You
know
can
it
see
easily.
where his number sign is. That's where the corner of his property is down here.
Okay. So
And
it
then
just
it
comes
goes-
down like a triangle.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's this county road right there.
And I don't know why they changed it because
Yeah, it used
this
to
is
look
what
like-
his property used to look like. It went back here and went this way. Now they're doing that whole thing, and I don't know how or why.
Well,
And I don't know what this little thing says right here. But
That's the one he
but
had
also,
surveyed and
sir,
we got.
if he doesn't want people trespassing on his property, shouldn't he clearly mark the boundary lines?
You would think, but where's that at?
And so what? There's property sitting in there, like I said, with the barrel.
If it's
He
in the
said
middle
earlier
of
it
the
clearly
road,
wasn't his,
whatever.
and he took it. So
Yeah.
is he not getting in trouble for that? But you're wanting to
Because
charge
it's
him for
abandoned
harassment.
property if it's in the private
So if it's in
drive.
private drives, it's abandoned property.
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm telling you.
So what about his sawhorse and his table?
Let's go over there and look at it. I mean, I guarantee you,
Half
the
of
table on
it
the right
is-
side,
is
it's on
on
this
the
side,
private
ain't on his
drive.
property. It's out on the road. There's no
Also,
way. And his cameras are
and
out here.
how is it?
I mean-
Him and the sheriff's department both knew that that barrel and that sign was ours, but he took it anyways.
And the sheriff said we can block
The
sign.
sheriff told us we could put it there. He told us that Scott wasn't allowed to touch it. That Scott can move his sawhorse but not touch our stuff.
And I never once
And
said
he
anything
knew
to him.
that
I
it was
said, "Too
ours.
stupid
It's
as
not
hell. I don't know what
abandoned.
they working on.
Okay, I can tell you they do.
I'm going, good, and I'm glad because she got in trouble for it.
So then
Trying to
also
pass it.
you'll see
But-
that yesterday when they were out here, I believe it was yesterday, it was within the last couple of days, the sheriff's out here told us that Scott's not allowed to touch that sign.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to the office. I'm gonna look up that report.
Okay.
And I'm gonna read that report. I'm gonna type up everything from today. What I would suggest to you guys when you go to that meeting with the prosecutor tomorrow, take pictures.
Well, Tuesday's with the county, and then in July is the prosecuting attorney.
Well, I mean, I'd take them in with you to the county one too as well.
Well, for some reason, when I call that office, I can't get a hold of him, and he doesn't call back. So I made an appointment, which took me 2 months to get that appointment.
With the prosecutor?
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like I'm being stonewalled.
Yeah, the whole
Or
thing's
he's
a
in
fucking
cahoots
disaster
with somebody.
because county just dropped the ball. This whole
They're
thing's
just
been
like
fixed.
taking
Right.
his side on everything, and he's
The
the
title and
one
everything
that's
is in their
been
name.
causing the
They
problems.
just never deeded it. And then they come up with all these excuses. They were going to give us everything, but they said they didn't own it. We had a meeting, we showed you the papers, all they said
Yeah.
is something about, we had to get all these signatures, we did. And then they canceled the meeting saying they didn't own this, so they couldn't give it to us. It was like,
And we got signatures
This-
from
yeah.
everybody in the subdivision saying that they wanted us to have this property because Scott's pissed everybody in the subdivision off.
Okay. See,
He's got cameras up through the whole thing,
I
the
did
whole
not know that.
subdivision.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you go, if you
He's
go
got
into his
something wrong
house,
with
it's his
him.
TV. And it's got like 35
The whole,
cameras.
unless he moved
You know,
it, because we
well-
did say that. We told them. He's got a whole
Whatever, I don't
wall
even
of
know.
video
Who cares?
footage
I
of
mean,
different
it's like-
people.
The problem is the guy across the street, whatever lake, he said if he sees him, he'll shoot him. You know, if you want to talk to her,
She
get
won't
some
leave. They
stories.
won't leave their house because of him. They're scared to death of him.
He was catching their stuff on fire and he was standing there laughing about fire department came by and put it out.
And
That guy came
the
and
people
walked.
that sold
I mean,
us
he's
this
a nut.
house, they moved.
That's why
And the
I
first
can't
day
deal
we
with it.
came out here, Scott came over and said, the people that sold this house sold it to get away from me. And this is where they're living now. And he showed us video footage of them in their yard at their new house. I called the Falons and told them, and they're so scared of him, they said, please don't contact us anymore. We're getting an attorney.
So, what I've advised him to do is to get an ex parte. Fill out the paperwork at least. Go through the
Ex
formal-
parte for what?
The
We already had
child
that.
protection
And it didn't
orders.
work.
Okay.
They came right. in
Yeah,
front,
they
touched
didn't
my
honor
van.
it.
I said, well, what's it for? Well, it has no footage or no like feet away.
They're-
and all
yeah,
the
they were
judges
trying to
kept
say
coming
that-
up excuse after excuse after excuse.
And then the judge said, I don't know why
I
the
mean,
sheriff's department and the
yeah,
prosecuting attorney's
whatever.
office is not doing their job.
It's not, it wasn't
He said
doing
he
a damn
can't
thing.
tell them anything. All he can do is do whatever at court.
That's what the judge said.
Yeah, Judge Carver. He said, I can't tell the sheriff's department or the prosecuting attorneys how to do their job. He said, all I can do is issue the ex partes.
I mean, I thought I'd be allowed to pull
And
my
I
van
told
up
him they
there,
weren't
and he
being
came
honored.
First day and ran right up to it, filming me. I'm in my own frickin' driveway. What is that? And that kind of a harassment, kind of an ex parte,
It is.
kind of a thing. I mean, he did way
But,
more.
but
than
he,
that.
Did you
yeah.
call that in?
Yeah,
we should- we went
we've
to the
called every,
prosecutor
look
and
at, this is
everything.
how many times we've called,
That's our list of shitty stuff.
and
Right.
you know,
they haven't done
I mean, that ain't
anything
what we
about
could've
it.
done. The book would be this big.
Yeah,
it.
because we quit
So-
calling because we didn't want to waste your guys' time and resources. And some of the sheriffs that come out here start yelling at me, telling me they're tired of coming out here. And
that's
I'm
just
like,
the
it's not
first
my
thing
fault.
that
It's
I've
his
basically
fault.
done is covered his cameras.
That sheriff that
All I've
arrested
done is
me.
put fences up. And he's talking about this property disputes or all these things.
So
Look
this,
at my fence, it's 2 foot back. County told us we can put that fence there. County told us we can put this fence there. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I'm
You
not.
know, I mean, it's like, what can I do? I wanted permits, but they wouldn't give them.
I
to
didn't
us.
want to
So
have
do
to
what
put
you
all
want.
these
The
cameras and
commissioners
fences
came out and
up.
said, do what you want. Just don't make that block it where it's smaller. I made it 6
They-
foot
they
longer. but I
actually
did widen-
told
you know, I
me-
brought more property, but I widened the freaking
Stites
road.
told me I could put a gate up there. But I didn't do it because the sheriff asked me not to. So I've been
That guy has
respecting
no
the sheriff's
rights.
department, and they're not respecting
only
me.
because it's a
That guy
ban.
that came out here and arrested me, he yelled at my face. He said all sorts of things, made me feel like I was the criminal when I'm the victim.
Okay. You know you can make a formal complaint.
Where do I do
You have
that?
to go to the Phelps County Sheriff's Department and fill that out, and it'll go back to the lieutenants and the captain, and then you go from up from there.
And how do I know, since I have to live here, that I'm not gonna, excuse my language, piss off the sheriff's department and then I'm gonna get treated worse?
Well, the guy above
Yeah.
them, he's really nice. He came out. and talked
Is
to
it
us 3 or 4
Lambert
times.
is the one?
Lambert's one of them.
Okay,
He's the
because he's the
lieutenant.
one that's been nice
And
to
then
us.
Captain Hope.
I haven't talked to
Right,
him
Rick Hope.
yet.
I mean, all I really want in the bottom line is not to have that part blocked by all the shit. If he wants to put cameras, put them in his line on behind there. That's a
Yes.
simple request.
Sure.
You know, he walks here every day and goes up around.
I would
and all
like
that.
to
It
ask him
doesn't
to put
bother me. I
it
don't
facing
care.
his property, but I can't.
I just don't want him going through my driveway because I pull my van in and I'm on emergency calls sometimes. I'm freaking sweating, rolling out of my face, and here's this guy standing in
And
my
we got a
driveway.
big old
Sure.
trailer,
And he
and
has
if
2
we had
cars
like,
over there blocking the driveway, so I can't go that way sometimes with my trailer. So I gotta figure out how to back my trailer up with all my stuff and go this way again. Well, then I come over here and they're blocking that. I never even called.
So
And it's like shit like that all
and then
the
when we
time.
were supposed to have the landscaping crew come through here,
Yeah, I didn't
and
know how
I
big their
moved
van was
it,
or truck, so
I
they were
picked it
gonna
up
bring
and
this
moved
mulch.
it and
I
tried
said,
not
well,
to
I can't-
touch his land.
I didn't hire him because I
The
didn't know.
sheriff accused me of lying to
So she
him.
moved the sawhorse. 'cause
He's
it
trying
was
to say I
literally
didn't
out
have
in
to
the middle
move it.
then. And
I
then he
said-
come
I
out
was
there.
just
It's not
trying to
out in
keep
the
it from
middle.
getting
Well, it was
damaged.
that day. He
It-
moves it.
Yeah,
Back and
he
forth all
does
the
whatever
time.
he wants and he lies about it. And he does stuff to his video to make it look like he's innocent.
see, I'm not a computer techie guy.
Yeah, I know.
So I can't tell you.
Totally.
If I
He's got
had an
some
attorney,
kind of
they
sound
said I
thing
could
down there, he
have
said.
them check the metadata. I don't have money for an attorney.
We're not. I mean, all I
As you can see, my fences are all different because I don't have money for all this, so I'm using what I have.
Well, it's.
So now it looks all ghetto out here.
It does
Looks
not.
good.
It's fine.
Listen, I've
Everything's
seen
got to look cool.
I've seen
But-
a
Yeah,
a lot
worse.
worse.
It looks a
I know, I
lot
go around
nicer
a lot
without
of
all
houses,
this
but-
crap.
But that's all I really want from them is like the trailer there, because what happens is they'll put the table there now, he's got, and then there'll be something in front of that, and then
And
it'll be
just
something.
keep going.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what he does. I mean,
That's
the
what
county,
he
all you
does.
got to do is say nobody's allowed to park there. Nobody's allowed to put stuff on beyond these points. And everybody with
Nobody
us
wants
is
to
so
do
happy.
anything. They act like they're
Put his
scared of
cameras
Scott.
on his line if he wants to still shine down there because we're putting fences this way. I don't know where he's going to look at. But, you know.
I just want my
I just
privacy.
don't want the driveway crowded up. Because she comes through there and I come through there and his stuff is there. We can't make it.
You can't block the drive.
Yeah.
That's-
but that's what he's doing right now.
And he's making it hard on
I
Helen.
mean,
She can't hardly
I can up
walk,
the game.
let alone
Like I said, we can
drive.
put a bus there. And if it's legal to do that, then what? The trash man can't get through. You know,
That's
it's just stupid. That's why I'm trying to prove this point. Somebody needs to fix it. It's not my problem. It's not my fault that the county dropped the ball.
Yeah.
You know, they dropped the ball 50 years ago. They should have owned it, fixed it, kept it, whatever
what they
did,
had to
but
do
they
with
didn't.
it.
And I said, and they have
These people
it
fixed that
got
for
handed
50
to
years.
them. They didn't deed or record it because
That
they
whole
didn't
thing
want
there,
it.
she's
So
been there
all they
50
have to
years.
do is deed and record it and sell it to us.
So
These people over here,
they're fixed it for 50 years.
yeah,
Yeah,
Her
they've
mom and
maintained
dad
it
went
for
there when
50
they built that
years.
house, and she's
They're
been
supposed
there.
to have adverse possession of it. But she doesn't have the paperwork, so
And she's getting so
and
old
she's
that
old. She
we
can't
had-
hardly
she had
walk
it
or
and lost
anything,
it.
so she can't.
And we
She
can't
can't. She
keep
can't
pushing
dig
her.
right or anything. So we haven't been able to get the paperwork
Unless she starts talking about that
recorded
guy,
and
she
deeded
gets sick.
because she has been sick and laid up and been afraid to move her out of her house, come out of her house because of him. He almost burned her house down.
This is not
On
just us,
purpose.
it's them.
He's
it's the
sick.
ones that lived here with 5 kids. They moved so fast. When we offered the money and then he dropped $5,000, they took it so fast because of him. His kids
And they
could
even
not
put
come
on the
out here
contract
anymore.
that they're not allowed to sell this house to the whites.
You know, if you've heard the whole story and seen all the things, all right, my scooter was over there on my
You
property.
wanna come
He
in,
moved
sir?
it.
No, I'm good.
He took my scooter and moved it that way and said he was doing me a favor. That's how he got out of it.
He came all the way up
I mean,
here
it's so
by
weird.
by
It's
this
just
side
one
of
thing after
in
another.
front
It's
of our
like,
house
really?
and
That's like
tried to
being
steal our scooter and lied about it
Twilight
so he
Zone.
didn't get in trouble. He came over here. He ran his van into my yard and parked it there. Ran over my sign and everything when he did it.
And
He didn't get in
sheriff-
trouble
they
for
couldn't
that.
prove it as trespass.
He
It
was
on the
in
line.
our
It was the
yard.
intent of somebody driving 30 miles an hour into somebody's yard when people were saying
I'm
it.
talking, so you're both not shouting at him at the same
It's all
time.
right. But
He
it's-
was in
we've
our
been
yard
through this
yelling
in
at
jail.
us and calling us names.
Yeah, he did.
And I
He
had to
threatened
call
us.
911 because I felt threatened.
I
They
mean,
did
it's in the
nothing.
reports. You can probably, if it's on a computer, you can look
I'll
it
do
up
some
and see.
research.
It's all.
and stuff.
I have all of it.
Do you guys have all the copies of the reports?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have
right
everything
there.
right here. And
I mean,
if
that's the
this
real-
is
And like I said,
There-
I could have called him 100 times.
I don't know if I have the reports in here for this year. This is the reports from last year,
Right.
and that was only part of the year.
So you're familiar with how about getting the reports and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Okay. So,
April, May. So
like I said, I can't give you legal advice. I do know that there is are you familiar with the Public Defender's Office?
yeah, they said I didn't qualify because our assets are too high.
Sure.
I'm like, I'm asset rich, but I'm financially poor. I have no money.
Yeah, it goes to the house payment. and bill.
Yeah, this
You know,
They don't
house
take
is
that into
sucking apart.
consideration.
No, they
I
don't.
get it. I get it.
And the cost of food right now is insane. So
Oh,
every day
absolutely.
we're struggling to get food.
I do know that some attorneys, I don't remember which ones, do pro bono work, which means they
I've
do
been
free
trying to
work.
find one. I haven't had any luck.
I mean, seriously.
I literally
don't care
tried
If
everything.
he uses the street, or we lose this battle with that part, I don't care. I just don't want that blocked. Especially because they're getting really old and they've had emergency people over more than once. And if this keeps getting uglier, it will be that way. And then plus we've had them use our driveway because he's done shit. We had to have the trash man use our driveway because
And that's not right to you guys.
No. And
But it's
none
like
of it,
goofy.
like the cameras aren't right, but I know there's nothing I can do about it.
Well, we
but
put cameras
his
out there and it won't
harassment,
work. So you got to
I,
post
I,
it.
I have PTSD and he's done
We
nothing
have-
to
and
make
they're
it
all
worse.
loaded. We have them right there and we don't have the thing, but so maybe
I'm afraid to come outside sometimes. Like today I had him come out with me.
So,
I'm just pissed at it, you know, and that's why
I get it.
when I go to a camera, I'm just frustrated, you know.
But I have
I haven't
mental
done anything
anguish.
in his face. He
I
called
can't
me a
sleep at night. My lupus
can
is
prove that,
flared
but that's all
up.
he did is
He's
call me
destroying my health, mentally and physically.
what I was getting ready to ask you guys, so by him not blocking the drive would resolve everything, correct? Is that what you're telling
If
me?
he
Resolve it
leaves
to
us
this point,
alone,
yeah.
if he leaves
I
us
mean,
alone,
keep all the stuff off
he
the
needs to
driveway,
leave us
'cause he
alone
keeps
and keep the driveway
piling it,
open.
And then he keeps pulling his van out this way.
Okay.
You know, if he pulled his van in there just We're
But I'll tell you what,
because we
sir.
got 2 cars that can come there.
We're
He
special.
he
Anything-
lives off of this shit, so
And
he's
two
not going to
cars will fit.
cooperate.
Not
That's
your
his
pal
mission
Sean.
in life, is to agitate everybody.
Oh, he's got a whole list.
He's
Look it up.
psychotic.
Like,
So-
he's got people suing him left and right on there. Whatever. I don't know.
What I was going to tell you is I'm going to put that in my report. If you
Yeah.
guys are cool with
You're
it,
going to what?
put that in my report about keeping your drive
Yeah.
good.
As long
That
as he
way
leaves
the
us
prosecutor
alone.
looks at it and says, oh, well, hey, let's sit
That's
down and
what
have a
I've been
talk
trying to
with this
get
guy.
everyone
I'm
that
a-
comes out here. I
I'm
mean,
gonna try
that's
to
the
put that-
issue.
Yeah.
Like at this point, like.
But make sure you
doesn't
put
do
as long as he
anything.
leaves us alone.
Yeah. Well, that too. You know.
Because he always tries to find a way
Yeah.
to make us feel harassed and threatened. He's trying to run us out of our house because he wanted to buy this house.
See, I didn't know that either.
We came out
He was
here,
pissed.
we bought it, he came out here yelling, how'd you get this house? I said it was for sale and we bought it. When did it go for sale? Today. How come you didn't see, how come there wasn't a sign in the yard? Because we bought it before she had a chance to put a sign in the yard.
Yeah. and that's-
He was
so
pissed.
we were in a rush. You know, in that real estate in
And
St. James is
then-
in a big freaking.
It's always been,
You know.
yeah.
Like, you couldn't get a house without looking at it that day and getting it. So we thought, well, this is great because the money was pretty good.
Right.
I mean, 150 grand somewhere out there was a piece of crud, and this was 2. So I was like, shoot.
I
this
get
is,
it.
You know, like, great.
Sure.
And this is what
Well, see, my neighborhood, I lived
Nuts.
over on Marion Drive in St. James, over by the highway. I lived there since '94 up until 22. All of us neighbors, 14 of them on that block, treated each other like family. We had each other's backs. I felt safe. I had PTSD, and I felt safe there. The highway got too loud, so I thought, well, it's time for me to step out of my comfort zone. I can get this place out in the quiet, have some peace. It's been nothing but hell ever since. I can't sleep. I'm sick. My PTSD's flared up. My hairs stand up every time I walk out of my house because I'm afraid he sneaks up on me. I'll be out here working on my stuff, and he'll sneak up on me. He's
No, you
sneaky,
turn around, he's
and he's
standing right
quiet.
there.
Yeah, you turn around, he's standing right
What-
there.
what is that?
Right, like he's
that's
like.
when he had
I'm sorry,
actual
sir, but
taser
he's
gun.
like this, right there, that close to me.
Yeah. Like I was out
How's
there
that-
working
wouldn't
on
that
my
freak
fence,
you
and they
out?
both made it a point to go down there, come back, and I'm turning around. They're both standing there looking at me like,
His wife's as nutty as he is.
oh, she could be worse. I just don't. You know,
So
but
I'm going to take into consideration what you've all told me, okay? It's all on body cam. I will upload this video.
Yes, I'm glad you
It's
guys
been,
got those finally.
been recording the whole time.
I was wishing that they had those a long time ago. I asked them where they were, and they said they didn't
well, it's
have them.
money.
And I'm like, you
It's
guys
all about
need
getting
them.
the cash
We-
to get stuff.
We've only had them for probably,
A couple months or something.
yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't see them on the guy last time. But
Well,
yeah, that officer that was out here and arrested me, I don't know what his deal is, but he was treating me like the bad guy.
I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize for that because
Yeah,
that's
well,
not
I mean,
the way
yeah,
we
And
do it.
I
if
wanted
get
to
handcuffed
see-
over moving a frickin' sawhorse out
All
of
I
the
did was
road.
pick it up and set it down because I didn't want to trespass.
we didn't
Well,
really know,
supposedly
like-
my toe or foot, or I stepped something on his line. I don't know. I didn't see the footage. They said I trespassed. How am I going to know? You can't. It's not
And there's
marked.
that, like me, it's like intent.
I'm
if
sorry.
if her dog gets away and runs into our yard, and she comes over, you think I'll call the sheriff?
No.
I mean, really, it's just good.
Yeah, and he's like, you've been warned before. No, I haven't. I got one ticket because my animals got out, and I went and got my animals, and Zachary Rhodes said, it's no big deal. We're not even going to file it.
It's like mowing the lawn.
And
what
they
do you
didn't.
do? Like, if you ran
And
your
so
lawn
how is
over the
he
line,
using that, trying to say that I've had other
You know, it's just
Other-
I
goofy
things?
talk.
Yeah,
It's
I've never
just-
done nothing to the man.
I mean,
Never done anything to the man. Like, really?
what I would suggest is documentation, everything that you can document. Photos, if you got cameras that you
Yeah,
game cam, whatever.
yeah.
Just showing that,
Right. Well,
You
the
know.
thing is, like with cameras and all, he would admit to everything. He's just that way.
But he
feels
comes
like
up with
he's
some
above
BS
the law.
excuse
So
about
he will
it.
admit it, and then come up with an excuse. You know, with everything, like the scooter. He admitted it. We didn't. She said he had footage or whatever. It happened so fast. She just happened to see the door, and he's pulling my freaking scooter off the yard. Then he got away with it. You know, if she'd have let him
Well,
go,
and
maybe he
then
would have
one
put it
of
on
the
his
sheriff's
property. I
was-
don't know.
One of the sheriffs who was out here said that
Like-
he thinks he's sovereign and that he knows how to go right on the line
Well,
of where
yeah, he
he's
does a lot of
not
stuff.
disobeying the law, but like he's right there.
And I thought for sure.
And
if
he
he's
knows
taking
how
the
to do
trash,
that.
he's
And then
gonna-
if he does,
Yeah.
he's trying to make us do something that he can take us to court and sue us for. That's how he's getting money.
so,
All right.
yes. Without getting too far into it, like I said, I can't give you legal
Yeah,
advice.
I'm not doing it. But yeah.
But that's what I would do. Is I would, if it were me, I would document
Yeah.
everything, get like a game camera or something, some kind of a camera.
We can't,
Well, we
like,
put 'em on our doors.
the chips got full.
Right.
No, which we
I don't know
can
how to
erase and
fix
stuff.
it. I'm not a-
Yeah,
I'm
you
an
can
old
erase it. That's
person.
no big deal. But
52
out
years old,
there
I
we
don't know how
can't
to work
without a
that.
game camera with all those pictures.
Oh yeah, we tried to put camera
Yeah.
out there and they said we had to get a booster
Well,
because it was too away from the
So I don't
thing.
understand how he's got it unless he's got a booster.
He's a
So-
tech nerd.
I'm not.
I don't know how he's doing that. To be honest with you, I really don't.
Well,
I-
this booster, some of them are-
And he
that's just
listens
it.
to
Wi-Fi
somehow he
booster.
can hear what we're saying in the house. I didn't believe them. They told us that when we moved in here, and so did the Flans. They said he can hear what you're saying in your house. I didn't believe them, so me and my husband went inside and started talking stuff about where we were going to put our trees
And he ran
over
out
there.
of his house.
He ran out of his house and
Can't
said,
put
"You're
them
not,
trees there.
you're not allowed to plant those trees
We
there."
can have trees.
How
on.
would he freaking know?
He's like telling us where we're going to plant our own
And that's why I
trees.
tried to tell the judge when he said he was
But it
stalking me. His excuse was he was trying to gather evidence. What evidence?
Yeah, I mean, he physically followed her. She drove over there, I
And
guess.
Ruth
and
is
he
the
walked around
witness,
and was
too.
standing over there in that
And
lady's other side of
videotaping
the
me,
dam,
following me around,
watching her.
videotaping me in the
Videotaping.
subdivision.
Scared the shit out
Everywhere
of
I
her.
went.
She was crying when she called me up. Like, and their excuse was gathering evidence.
I just want him to
And it
leave.
just goes on.
I
and on, like,
want
whatever.
him. He needs to suffer the consequences for his actions. I want him to leave me alone, and I don't want that thing all junked up and blocked up.
Yeah, if he
Like,
jumps his
I don't want
property,
his
that's
cameras
great,
over
not
there
the
either,
damn
but I
road
can't
that
do
she
anything
uses,
about
we
the
use.
cameras.
And Mike, the other guy, owns a piece of property which he could sell, and somebody could build a house there. You
Right.
know, it's going to get a lot worse. if
It's
they don't
kind of
fix
where
a
I can't
simple
even
little
sell this
problem.
house. Nobody will buy it because of him.
Yeah, it would be really hard for us to sell it.
Well, I just talked to the real
Everybody in
estate
town
agent
knows about
yesterday.
this.
She says nobody wants to buy it because everybody knows what he's doing and how he is.
Gotcha.
Right.
So I'm stuck here.
So
Well,
let me ask you this: if he were to say that he would sell that piece of property, would that be something that you guys would be interested in?
I don't think he's wanting to sell that. Why?
If he would,
brought it
I
up.
would be interested in buying it for sure.
Yeah, but
if I can find a
he
way.
sat there and said it was his future with his wife in court. So
Look at
that's
his
their
future. Look at their future.
I mean, and all they've done is empty the garage
And make it
pile
look
up
like
with
trash
stuff.
and ruin the property value.
I thought they were going to put a garage. I'm actually happier that's there because now you can get in the garage and start pulling cars in and out. So to me, it was kind of like, okay, great.
I'd rather have a garage. It'd be prettier.
Well, yeah, but if that thing was just back in the woods, it's just him being an ass. I mean,
But-
you can look at it and say,
I
well,
got you.
if he just put that back in the woods and then have his beautiful spot
And
right
see,
there, it'd been great.
is that him?
Oh, that's her.
Really? Was it white?
So
No, it's Kimberly, I guess.
Kimberly? What's Kimberly?
Oh,
Sorry,
no, it's your mom.
I blocked your driveway. I'm sorry.
Oh,
What I was saying is, he did mention that earlier
what?
about selling that property.
Oh, probably for an ungodly amount of money.
Well, who knows? Yeah,
He told me
I-
20,000, but that's him saying, I don't know. I don't even know what it's worth. But
If he wants to sell that, we're interested because Helen and Mike said they would go in with us on that if he ever sold that.
all right,
Yeah, I
so
don't understand his reasoning on that. Seems
Hello.
like he'd be
Well, I would definitely find a way to do it, but I think he's full of
I
shit.
think he's sick.
He's lying.
So-
He's mentally ill.
like I said, I'm putting that in my report as well. It's all on body camera. So
He needs to be mentally evaluated, and I put that on the ex parte. I don't know why they didn't do it.
So what I'm saying is, give me 10 days to get this done.
Yeah.
Get a copy of that report. Take it to the meeting with you.
Thank you.
That
I
might be.
appreciate your patience and all that.
Yeah,
but
no,
the rest
man,
of my-
listen.
see, I just got aggravated sometimes. I'm just tired of it. It's just,
Here's the
we
thing.
did have a lot of patience.
I'm gonna be straight with you. If people don't listen to you, you can't get the frustration out. You know, and I'm sorry if there's some of our deputies that don't have the patience.
Right.
Which if you don't have the patience, don't do the job.
Yeah. I can't figure out a solution.
Right.
You know, my
I
solution
mean-
right now, just if that stuff was off of there, because he piles up trash over here too and never got it. Finally, it's gone, which is weird. Never said a word, but it's just.
My
kept
property
piling
is
up over
clearly
there.
marked too.
It is.
And he knows, and I've told him, and I've told the sheriff's department, if I catch him on my property after he's been told not to be on here,
He goes to
and it's
jail.
clearly marked, I feel threatened.
Sure.
I have amendment rights.
Sure.
I don't want
Well,
it to
yes,
come to
but-
that,
So, yes.
which I thought it was going to a couple nights ago at 3 or 4 in the morning. I had to get my husband to get the gun. Somebody was out.
Do you know?
My
Well,
husband took
she-
too long to get out there. I don't know
She
what was
thinks it
going
was
on.
somebody there. I don't
Somebody
know.
was out there
But the goats
where
did
my
act funny. They didn't wanna
goats.
go in there
They were
around
doing
them.
something to my goats.
I don't know.
But, all right. So, like I said, I'm gonna type this up. Give me about 10 days to get it done.
Yeah.
And we'll get it typed up, get it through the approval process. Then you guys will be able to come in and pick that up. take that with you to the meeting. That will have a lot of valuable information that you might
I
want
took all of this to the meeting
to
with
him.
Brendan Fox. He saw all of this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a major ordeal.
And
it's so simple.
and he said that the sheriff's department was told they're not allowed to make any arrests without his permission. So did he give them permission to arrest me the other day?
So Brendan can't stop us from making an arrest.
So the
So-
sheriff's department lied to me.
Well,
Because
they
they're the
come
ones
over
that told
every
me
time
that.
when
We
he's
can't
gonna
do
be
anything
arrested
without
for something.
permission from the
Right.
They
prosecuting
have to
attorney.
call up the prosecutor.
We're supposed to call the prosecutor every time we come out here.
Yeah.
Which I've stopped calling the prosecutor because it's pointless.
Yeah.
I'll just be straight with you.
Right.
I mean, I'm being straight as I can with you guys.
Right.
So what I do is I go case by case, take both sides of the evidence. Now that I've heard your side, I've heard her side, I've heard
Yeah.
his.
Do you want
Yeah.
to say like what I said about if it solves this problem for a long time,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
I'm gonna put all that in my
'Cause
report.
that's the only
He
issue I
literally
really have.
6
She's
times
had-
a day parks his van over
She
there,
has issues with
walks
the
back and
cameras,
forth in front of here over to his
Can't do
house.
nothing about it.
What's the point of
So,
that?
if he doesn't have any property here,
Yeah.
why
He
is
wouldn't
he
need
here?
to be over
Yeah.
here,
Right.
for sure.
So,
Let
that,
me butt in a minute if you guys are about through.
Yeah.
I'm Herd to Ed.
okay.
I was a deputy sheriff in Crawford County for 4 years.
Well, thank you for
How in
service.
the world can she be arrested for moving a sawhorse out of the road?
So, I wasn't here.
No, but I mean, that's from the prosecuting attorney. It wasn't from you guys. It had to come from the prosecuting attorney. Or they wouldn't have had a warrant to arrest her.
Did they had a warrant?
I don't know.
They
They came out
arrested
here
her.
and said, we're placing you under arrest, put me in
They said
handcuffs,
use
told
the
me I couldn't use the
They
bathroom.
took her to the jail,
Let me sit
booked
up
her,
there
and
at
her
the jail
mug
for
was in
2
the internet.
hours.
I mean, all that for
When we were
move-
working.
I mean, all that for moving a sawhorse?
It was not even on
That
his.
That can't be a deputy doing that.
I don't know
He'd be
what
in
all
big trouble.
transpired that day. I don't
I
know
know
if she
you
had a
don't,
warrant.
but I'm just
Like-
asking you.
The guy
It does.
arrested
It's
a
crazy.
couple- Yeah, a couple.
The only way that me personally, if I were to come out here and you was over on his property moving his property, that would be trespassing. I would arrest you for that. But if it's in the middle of the road, the private
You're
drive,
trying to
it's
tell me it
nobody's.
wasn't, but it was.
That is,
Because they keep looking at it at times where he moves it. Like I'm telling you,
Right.
after day, they'll just keep going. And
Yeah,
going,
he knows every time I call
Everything.
you guys, he changes things up before you guys get
I
here.
mean, the second table was there today. That gives you an idea. When I do something stupid like cover his cameras up, he can't handle it. He's, that's
Oh no,
too
I
much
can't
for
see
him.
what's going on in
So
their
he puts a
yard.
table there and puts 3 cameras on those 2 cameras, and I'm like, I don't care. I just
Well,
don't want anything
Well,
there.
everybody and you guys too know he's got a problem. So what is the answer?
man,
Yeah.
I wish I had an answer for you. I really
And-
do.
Yeah,
and
but I
I
appreciate-
want to seek retribution for what happened to me.
I
I'm
appreciate your
afraid I'll
help.
get in
She'll
trouble.
keep you going all day long.
I'm just saying, I don't want the sheriff's department to come down on me for that. If I
No.
come after
Listen,
them.
there,
Most of them haven't
Helps
done
count.
anything wrong other than arresting you for treating you bad.
I was going to take it to the
Yeah,
media too, but I was too afraid because it's not just going to be Scott that gets in trouble if I have to do that, because there's been something going on that's fishy, and people are going to get called out for their corruption. And then the whole friggin' prosecuting attorney's office and the sheriff's department's going to be mad at me, and I have to live here.
so listen, like I'm telling you guys, I don't pick sides. Me personally, I've lived in this county my whole life. Come on. I'm not for corrupt police.
I know you're not corrupt, but there are corrupt ones in there.
Frankly, it pisses me off when
I know.
the truck cops. Listen,
My stepdad was a cop, and I know he wasn't. He turned in $600,000 one time at the airport. Like, well, he's not corrupt. That would be easy.
I had a cop punch another suspect in the back of the head handcuffed. I told you that.
Yeah.
That's just me. I do the right thing. I can't.
Right.
I
How do you
can't.
live,
You can't live life like that.
Right.
So, if that tells you my character, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but that's what I try to do the right thing by the people that I work
A
with.
lot of times they try to run the good ones off.
Well,
Yeah.
I've been here long enough. They're gonna have a heck of a time running me off.
And it's
Zachary
always
Rhodes is a
small-
good one.
Always a small
He's a
group
good
of
one.
bad ones. It's not
He's
like-
been trying to help us.
So,
We got a court date with him soon because he had to arrest Scott, and Scott got resisting arrest, So there's supposed to be a court date, and he requested that me and Helen and all of us witnesses be there.
Yeah.
So it's, I think it's the 25th. It's Tuesday, isn't it, or Wednesday? It's this week.
Okay.
But I can't find it on CaseNet.
Tomorrow morning, call the Phelps County Courthouse, room 201. It's the circuit clerk's office. They'll be able to tell you when it is exactly.
Well, when I called, they said I have to come up there and request the
serious?
information. Yes. Like they're stonewalling me at the courthouse up there. They wouldn't even let me file ex parte when I came to file it. So then I had to go talk to some friends of mine, and they brought me up and helped me get it done.
Yeah, you can do it. So
Yeah.
figure
And
it
I
out.
went up there and I told them what the sheriff said, so then they let me have the papers, but they acted like I was doing
Yeah,
something
at first we
wrong.
had to get a lawyer and all that
There's a
stuff.
lady in there with short blonde hair. She acts like we're evil.
Listen, if you want to go in and you want to fill out an ex parte paperwork, you go in and you say, hey, I want an ex parte.
They wouldn't give it to
They
me
give
the
you the
first
paperwork.
time.
If
Well,
not,
that's what happened.
Yeah.
We didn't get it the first time. We had to go back, and the sheriff told us the second time.
Jump
hey, you
through
should-
hoops.
Yeah.
sure. So if that ever happens again, guys, walk straight across the street to the sheriff's department, call a deputy. We'll help you out.
Okay.
Because they
Thank
cannot
you.
deny you that right.
Thank you.
That is your guys' right to be able to do things like that.
And like I said, it
So-
really didn't do us a lot of good. I mean, you know, the judge actually told, we went back up, I don't know what happened, but they actually had to get them against us. And the judge told him that since this is a property dispute, that he had to come up
And it wasn't
the
at that
next time
time.
when that expired with a lawyer and take us to court. Never happened.
Scott never did it.
Because there is no dispute.
And then he said if this
We're not like
continues, there will be criminal charges. Well, there's not any criminal charges happening.
our fence is here. You can look over there. I've got 2 foot back this way so I can work on. I don't be having no problems, you know.
Right.
And then that fence there was, every commissioner in Missouri came out to look at this thing, you know, it's like, yeah, put it there, you're great, you know, go.
Hey,
You know,
commissioners
like,
gave you
what the
permission,
heck,
that's-
You know, yeah, and I wanted permits, because I didn't want to keep going backwards, you know, I
Yeah.
don't want to spend all that time.
It'd be awesome if he'd sell that and move his thing off of there so we
So,
can buy it.
like I said, I have it all on body cam. I told him I had it on body cam. He said it after I told him I had body cam on. So, it's all on body cam. It's going in my report.
Yeah,
So, it will all be forwarded to the prosecutor's office
yeah.
with both sides of your guys' story.
Can you get our barrel back?
I tried.
Well, what if I got a hook and grabbed it, pull it, if I'm not on his property, I can grab it. I mean, he grabbed
So-
it from me.
I can go, I'm going to go back over. I'm going to try to talk to him again. Okay. If I can get it back for you guys, can you guys keep it on this side until this
I'm not even gonna put
Well,
it
that
out
was my
there.
fault, like, I used
No,
that
listen.
and then just trying to block it.
Yeah, I get what you're doing.
Yeah,
It
it's just
would be aggravating to have cameras pointing at me all the time. I get it.
I know, I'm not a celebrity. I don't want to be.
Right.
we
I
have
don't
a
want to be on
12-year-old.
camera. We have a 12-year-old. What's he doing with all the footage he took of her?
That
I
I
mean, there's a
don't.
whole bunch
We
of
caught
stuff.
him trying to look in her window from his porch with binoculars. So we had to put foil up
It's
on
their
her
right
window.
to do whatever they, you know, it's one thing after another. It's just not right, you know. But whatever. But yeah, if we can get agreed not to put stuff there, and he has to pull his van, just put it back there in the corner. So there is that simple, sweet curve for 2 cars, because I know there's room for it. I'd be happy. I'd be thrilled to death. The cameras is another thing. He can always put cameras. If he puts them in his yard, great. I don't care. She does, but we're going to put a fence over there. And if he wants to keep shining on to a fence or what, you know, whatever. You know, I can point cameras at them. I believe me. I did one thing other than
Oh,
this.
when I put
and
the
I used my
trees out
phone to film her.
And she
minutes
called the
later,
cops
guess
on
what?
us.
She calls the sheriff. They've done it to us
For
hundreds and hundreds of times.
half a damn year.
He
And
walks
then
past every day
when
with
I
his
put
phone
the
pointed
trees
at her
up
house,
over there,
waiting for us
she
to
comes
say
running out wanting to know why we got trees out there. And I said for privacy, and she got all mad.
You have your right to privacy. So,
It's on our land.
I want to pee in my yard without people watching. Sorry.
Well, good luck.
I'm gonna go talk to this guy, see if I can get your barrel back.
Yeah,
like I said, if I get it back for you, just keep it on this side.
Yeah, we're not going to put it out there. We've got everything marked. We don't need the bills. There's purple on the post, and I got signs on my fence. We've clearly marked our property.
You have. Your property is very well marked, so I will tell you that. Like I said, I'm gonna go try to get that barrel back. If I can get it back, I'll get it back for you.
Yeah, that's fine. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you guys. Hey man, tomorrow's gonna be worse, and I'm off. right.
Hungry.
235 Central. I'll be back out at the residence on 2310.
Traffic. Bad. A little louder. Oklahoma 2748. That's Oklahoma 2748. A dealer license. Sorry, do a little louder and trim it.
Traffic, do a little outer and trim it. Are you close to break time?
What you got?
Hi. Sorry to bother you again.
Nope, you're fine.
They're asking if they can get their barrel back, they'll keep it on their side of the private drive and it won't be moved back over to your guys' side.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
If they walk over there and get it?
I'll go get it. They're not
Okay,
going to go on your
okay,
property.
I thought you were saying yes to them.
No,
Yeah, I thought that was the plan.
No, I
Earlier.
get exactly where you guys are going from. So if I can get a meeting between you guys, the prosecutor, you guys, and the Voltas to sit down.
All
with
at
that,
the same time?
not at the same time.
Oh,
Is
We've talked to the prosecutor.
okay.
he knows all this.
I mean, we've tried talking to him since then.
Okay.
We're going to talk to our attorney. Actually, you know, our attorney said that he may talk to the prosecutor, so we'll let him do that.
Okay. Yeah. Hey. Perfect.
So
Now, because after Fox came out and eyeballed it,
Yeah.
isn't that when he told that next week when they called on us? Fox told that deputy to tell us, Davis,
Yeah.
that he'd be getting
No,
with
that
us,
was
but he
Rose.
never did. Was that Rose?
yeah,
Okay. I don't know. I mean,
I mean,
I don't know. Whatever needs to happen for it to be resolved.
so it's funny you asked that because I asked them the same questions. What can we do to resolve this? And I'm probably speaking out of turn when I ask this, but I want to get peace for both of you guys, not just, you know, they. Go ahead.
things have gotten so bad that I don't think a meeting with the prosecuting attorney is going to fix it. So
Okay.
we've got at least three or four lawsuits coming, and
Sure.
then we've got some quiet titles coming.
2015 for children agreed.
Well,
25.
I talked to the attorney I haven't talked to the attorney for a couple of weeks, but I talked to the lady up front on Wednesday, and then I emailed her on Thursday. So they kind of know what's going on,
Sure.
but I haven't talked to them yet.
That's it.
So,
So with you having an attorney, if you guys wanted to resolve it or anyhow or whatever, send them your means of what you would have to resolve the issues, and I will tell them to do the same. That way, you guys as attorneys can get together and
Just stay off our property. I mean, everything's been
Well-
surveyed to try to resolve
Right.
it.
right, and that's not that road's
At
not
our
their property.
expense.
I'm sure you were told today that that's their property.
Yeah.
Kenny Lane.
told that it was their property.
Yeah.
The drive.
I was not.
Oh, they weren't. They didn't. So
That's usually
I guess
what they
they stopped
say.
doing that.
That's usually what
So-
they say.
Well, on
I've been around long enough that I know that property is not owned by anybody. It's up in the air, and the prosecutor and county and all that's working together to resolve that issue. I'm not prevalent to that.
Yeah.
I'm not an attorney, so
I know on Thursday he was being kind of snotty, and I was just Larry, and I was just standing out there, and he came out there, and he's like, "Hey, get off my drive."
Get off my driveway. And it
Except
was
he said after.
well, yeah. And
So
it was
it's-
on the road. It's on the road beside Scott's
I mean, we're
property.
quite a ways away from.
Resolution.
Hey, I totally understand.
We thought we got all the surveys done at our expense with the intent of that resolving it.
I didn't.
It's hard to resolve crazy.
That's our opinion.
Sorry, that's our opinion at
Listen,
this point.
you have a right to an opinion, okay?
2 years, you think legal surveys would.
So with that being said, if you guys are cool with it, I'll grab the barrel, I'll take it back across the street for them, and then keep it over there, make sure it stays over there, because if it don't, then out of luck. It's on the top.
So do they know? I mean, so if they start blocking cameras and doing all this stupid stuff, do they know that that needs to stop?
I made that very clear.
Okay.
Made that very clear.
Okay. I mean, they're up there for our protection.
Sure.
They're up there for our protection at this
point in case right here.
Yes.
So.
And it's a shame that that's.
So. Yeah.
You know, wearing little cameras when we go outside.
That sucks.
I mean.
But. Yeah, if you guys are cool with it, I'll go get that done, get out of here, leave you all alone. Like I said, I'll have my report done in about 10 business days or so. You guys will be willing to, or able to come pick it up. You don't have to, but it'll be there.
Oh, we will.
So,
I'm sure we will.
okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
See ya.
If I do, it is what it is. Hey there.
227, your J1 is returning on a 2010 Ford Exploration 2024 to Randall's name out of Poplar Bluff. Go ahead with your D2.
What it is.
D2 White comes first of Michael. Mary Ida Henry, Adam, Edward, Lincoln, Middle D. David. Date of birth 1971-0726, 1971-0726, male white, word of mouth, no hard copy.
What's going on?
227 Central. Go ahead. You got to read that, right?
Yes, he is returning not on file by name and date of birth.
There you go.
Returning with no one by that name and date of birth. If you have a social that you can get or an OLN from him.
Here's the cats.
Well, he provided a social for a
So your barrel and your sign is on the side of the street where it was.
Okay, I'm gonna go get it out of the way.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Hey, not a problem. Not a problem at all. Is there anything else I can do for you today, ma'am? Okay. Listen, I didn't mean to come across rude or anything.
Oh, you were completely nice.
All right.
You were very, very helpful and very nice and professional.
Well, I appreciate it. If you do decide to do a formal complaint, All you got to do is go to the sheriff's department and tell them that you want to make a formal complaint. They'll give you a paper. You fill that out. It goes to the lieutenants, and then the lieutenants open up their investigation and go from there.
Okay, can I have one of your callers?
Yeah.
Go to the sheriff's department.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
call Lambert and tell him I'd like to file a complaint.
A formal complaint.
Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Thank
Okay.
you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Good day.
You guys too.
White Dodge pickup,
10-6 traffic, green and 9th.